Good evening, everyone. My name is Ferne Heaps. I'm currently the board chair of the Chilliwack Foundation. We have invited you here tonight to share our passion for the Chilliwack Foundation and to tell you about the Chilliwack Foundation's history. In 1983, the idea of a local foundation occurred independently to several people in the community. Members of local charitable organizations, often seeking financial assistance, felt it would benefit the entire community. Finance advisors, estate counselors, solicitors, and notaries like yourselves also wanted to help their clients leave bequests in their wills that would benefit their community. Hence, a group of like-minded individuals were called together to discuss the feasibility of establishing a community foundation and what exactly that foundation should look like. Once those discussions occurred and the details were clarified, an act to incorporate the Chilliwack Foundation passed third reading and became law 39 years ago on June 28, 1985. A board of directors, an investment committee, a distribution committee were all formed entirely with volunteers, and thus the fundraising and the awareness began. Funds donated to the foundation are invested in income-producing assets overseen by our investment committee. As funds donated to the Chilliwack Foundation remain in perpetuity, only the income generated on those investments is used to fund grants and scholarships provided by the foundation. Through the diligence of the Finance Committee, also known as the Investment Committee, chaired by Peter Dombowski. Peter, you're over there, I think. There you are. I can't see. I have a light in my eyes. As assets of the Chilliwack Foundation have grown from initial seed money and an anonymous $20,000 donation to portfolio market value of $11,192,589 as of August 30th. I think that's amazing. Funds managed by the Chilliwack Foundation fall into two categories: designated funds and undesignated funds. Currently, the foundation has 15 designated funds that generate income distributed each year to specific charitable organizations in the community, such as Chilliwack Community Services. To date, these designated funds have awarded $2,045,388, 15 funds, 12, to Chilliwack organizations. It's incredible. The foundation also manages several funds that generate income each year that is not designated to a particular organization or scholarship. These funds are referred to as undesignated funds. In the fall and the spring of each year, the foundation invites community organizations to apply for grants that will be awarded based on the annual income from the undesignated funds. The foundation's distribution committee, chaired by Todd Harvey, who is also here tonight, Todd, then meets to review these applications and award the grants. Projects detailed in the grant applications we receive must be capital in nature, be of a benefit to a significant number of people, be based in the Chilliwack area, and benefit the residents of Chilliwack. Of course, the committee ensures that the applicants are reputable, registered organizations with a proven track record. All grants are audited to ensure the recipient organizations have used the funds as they requested. To date, $3,288,943 of undesignated funds, grants, from the undesignated funds have been awarded to Chilliwack nonprofit organizations. Instead of just telling you about the nonprofit organizations in Chilliwack that have benefited from these Chilliwack Foundation grants, thanks to the generosity and the creativity of Jordan Fernandez, who is also here with us tonight, we can bring some of these recipients to you tonight. Let me introduce you to Miss Sue Knott, Executive Director of Chilliwack Hospice.
I'm Sue Knott, and I'm the Executive Director for the Chilliwack Hospice Society. We've had some incredible support from the Chilliwack Foundation for many, many years. The Chilliwack Foundation has made a huge difference to the society as a whole because as a not-for-profit, there's not a lot of money. We don't, we're very lean and mean in the way that we run our operation. We try and save money wherever we can, and when we do need something big, like this great gaming system we have in our children's space, or all the other items that have been given to us by the Chilliwack Foundation, that's, extra money that we need to fundraise for. And so when we can get a grant from a local organization that truly understands this community, we are so incredibly grateful for it because it makes all the difference in the world. And we really appreciate the Chilliwack Foundation and just really want to thank them for everything that they have done for us.
I'm Ferne, and I'm one of the Child and Youth Program Managers at the Chilliwack Hospice Society. So the Chilliwack Foundation was so generous and provided funding for us to make some pretty big adjustments to accommodate children who are neurodivergent. So in this space, we're able to use soft lighting instead of the harsh overhead lighting. We have a variety of seating options because not everybody wants to sit in a proper chair. So the Chilliwack Foundation provided us with funding to get a couple of wobbly stools. So for the kids who have ants in their pants, they can kind of wiggle while they're sitting at the table. And then we got these great beanbag chairs. They allowed us to make the space even more inviting.
If it wasn't for the Chilliwack Foundation, without them, we would not be anywhere where we are now today. So thank you very much.
Chilliwack Hospice is a very important organization in our community. And to date, it is one of 142 nonprofit organizations that have received grants from the Chilliwack Foundation, as it is our mandate to ensure that every aspect of the community is included, such as sports, arts, education, and the well-being of our citizens. We have many organizations that require financial assistance to help fund their needs. With that in mind, let me introduce you to Jean-Louis Blot, Executive Director of the Chilliwack Arts and Cultural Center.
I'm Jean-Louis Blot, and I'm the Executive Director of the Chilliwack Cultural Center. Throughout the years, the Chilliwack Foundation has actually been able to respond to the needs of various arts groups. Having a state-of-the-art projector that can project from the area where we are all the way up to the screen that's at the far end of the stage is one of those important pieces so that artists can actually start using more dynamic projections, band shells that help project sound in our space, choral risers so that we can actually invite a plethora of choral singers onto the stage. Just being able to respond to the needs of the variety of artists is so important, and that's how the Chilliwack Foundation has been able to help us. In terms of a numbers perspective for the Chilliwack Cultural Center, it's been over $100,000, but when we look at the larger arts sector here in Chilliwack, it's approaching around $500,000, which is substantial. It's a huge amount, and it's just allows for us to create a thriving and vibrant cultural sector. And having the Chilliwack Foundation as a resource to actually respond to that is actually hugely important for us. There's so many other groups that have benefited but will benefit from the Chilliwack Foundation and the amazing work that it does. We are a growing community, we are a vibrant community, and having that support is so integral to welcoming new people to Chilliwack, to allowing groups to achieve their artistic vision, and having Chilliwack Foundation to support that, the impact is immeasurable.
Jean-Louis mentioned that the Chilliwack Arts and Cultural Center isn't the only organization that benefits from the arts and cultural component of our grant process. It benefits many smaller organizations as well. As I mentioned earlier, the Chilliwack Foundation doesn't just provide grants. It also awards scholarships to Chilliwack graduates. In late 1985, beginning with a generous donation of $35,000, Mr. F. Clifford Brown, the first Chilliwack Foundation Scholarship Fund, was established. As Chilliwack Foundation funds are open, Mr. Brown added to his fund several times before his passing. Then, the bequest he made in his will saw his fund grow to a total of $280,000. His desire to provide local students with much needed assistance has now seen scholarships totaling $596,670 awarded because of his fund. Double the amount of his own initial donations, and this amount will continue to grow in the coming years. Mr. Brown truly created his own Chilliwack legacy. Today, the Chilliwack Foundation has a total of 13 named scholarships funds that have been established. Named in that your clients can establish a scholarship fund in their name, in the name of their family or business, or in honor of any person or organization they choose. That would be with a $20,000 minimum donation that you can create a named fund. And it is also possible to specify the area of study, such as accounting or nursing, if you start a scholarship. Names of scholarships are published every year in local press releases to students and their parents, and during graduation ceremonies at all of the senior secondary schools in Chilliwack. Each year, the Chilliwack Foundation Scholarship Chair, Joanne Britton, who is also here tonight, organizes her committee to receive, review, and award each year's scholarships. To date, scholarships totaling $1,235,129 have been awarded to local grade 12 graduates. And prior to graduating, these same students and their fellow students have also benefited from the many grants provided to Chilliwack schools throughout the years. Let's hear what Promontory Heights Elementary School Principal Kim Cass, retired Principal Chuck Block, and School District 33 Facilities Director Al Van Tassel have to say.
Hi there, I'm Kim Cass. I'm the principal at Promontory Elementary. I am here to express my sincere gratitude to the Chilliwack Foundation for all their support and grants so that we could put in this wonderful new accessible playground for our students. The school community was very excited to receive the many grants from the Chilliwack Foundation. We would not have had this wonderful joint project with the Chilliwack Foundation if it wasn't from the work and support from the previous principal, Mr. Chuck Block, who worked very closely and tirelessly with the Chilliwack Foundation and the school district. I would like to introduce Mr. Block.
Hi, my name is Chuck Block. I'm the previous principal of Promontory Elementary School. And what you see behind me is one of the two playgrounds that you, as the Chilliwack Foundation donors, helped support. The $10,000 you committed to this playground and the $20,000 to the other playground that has just been installed has gone a long way to help support and build what you see here. When you look around, you see all these homes on Promontory, and that means a lot of children. They get to benefit from this all day long at school and on the evenings and weekends, as well as other families that come and enjoy this. And it's all because you took the time and the effort to donate to these playgrounds and these children. So thank you so much. Chilliwack Foundation and donors, keep up the good work.
I'm Al Van Tassel, Director of Facilities and Transportation with School District 33, and really privileged to bring you some messaging on the great work that Chilliwack Foundation has been doing with us. In Chilliwack, playgrounds are more than just equipment. They are spaces where childhood memories are made, but building and upgrading these spaces are costly, and it's difficult for the ministry and the school district to fund all of the needs. While the ministry does support playground replacement, often community-driven efforts are required, and this is where the Chilliwack Foundation steps in. The foundation reaches far beyond playgrounds. 80 Arundel Middle School received a grant for laptops, 3 schools now have climbing walls, and Sardis Secondary is working on enhancing the school farm with a greenhouse. To date, schools in Chilliwack have received a total of $270,000 in grants from the Chilliwack Foundation. Together we're building stronger community, stronger schools, and a brighter future for every student in the Chilliwack School District.
You heard Al mention the many grants used to establish programs in schools. Robotics clubs in 3 middle schools were established with Chilliwack Foundation grants. We had the pleasure of meeting with the robotics club at Chilliwack Middle School when we did our audit. There was a young grade 8 student there who was keenly working on his project, and it actually may have been a factor in possibly changing his career path. After discussing his love for the program, I asked him what his plans were when he graduated, and he said, without hesitation, I'm going to be an engineer. And I said, an engineer? Really? Have you always wanted to be an engineer? And he said, oh no, I was going to become a mechanic. And I said, well, okay. And I thought, well, yeah, we all know what it costs to get a mechanic nowadays. He might make more money as a mechanic, but I, for one, am really excited that the robotics club opened him up to other possibilities. And on a side note, the establishment of that particular program made it possible for a computer company to donate laptops to the Chilliwack Middle School. Donations to the Chilliwack Foundation helped make all of that possible. Our donors are responsible for changing and improving lives. Let me introduce you to Chilliwack Salvation Army Business Manager Warren Schatz.
Hello everyone, my name is Warren Schatz and I'm the Community Ministries Director here at the Salvation Army in Chilliwack. Since 1992, the foundation has been able to help us with grants exceeding $200,000 and literally touches every part of our property, from our church to the warehouse here, to our soup kitchen, to our main care and share building, projects for our forklift, to our new convection oven, to the new boiler in our care and share center, and of course a lot of the help with the Chilliwack Community Food Hub. The Chilliwack Foundation was one of our best supporters, and we've been so grateful to receive your help over the years. The amazing contribution of $68,000 went into rehabilitating our warehouse for us so that we would have enough space to house food for people and to be able to assemble hampers for school. And even with our partners, the Chilliwack Bowls of Hope, with a part of that grant of $23,000, we were able to put in a new kitchen for them. All of that has worked together over the years to just help so many people who are finding themselves in a bit of trouble. Whether it's a food hamper through our food bank, whether it's a hot meal during our soup kitchen, whether it's a student in the school who's being helped with food in a hamper, or through the Chilliwack Bowls of Hope, there are hundreds of people who are going away and have money to pay for their rent and their medicine because we are able to get some help from here at the Salvation Army Community Food Bank. Without the grants and the support we had to redo warehouses and kitchens and ovens, we just wouldn't be able to make that work and help all those people. So we are just grateful that probably close to 9,000 people a year are being helped by your grants to the Chilliwack Salvation Army. Every bit has been helped by the Chilliwack Foundation.
As you've seen, Chilliwack Foundation donors have helped people receive food stored in freezers purchased with a number of Chilliwack Foundation grants, through donation bins to the Salvation Army, through community kitchen supplies and equipment, to many, many nonprofit organizations in the community. They have also been the impetus to provide music and arts and culture. Donors have helped to fund the Great Blue Heron Reserve, the Scouts, the Air Cadets, the mountain bikers. We have a gentleman here tonight. The Search and Rescue, the Chilliwack Hospital, the YMCA, the Museum and Archives. Again, 142 organizations have received grants because of Chilliwack Foundation donors. Their generosity has made our community stronger, kinder, better equipped, and more able to help those in need. During the past 39 years, the generosity of the Chilliwack Foundation donors has seen over $6,569,460 in grants and scholarships provided to Chilliwack organizations and graduates. You will be pleased to learn that the Chilliwack Foundation has no paid employees, nor does it have an office that requires rent and other expenses, thanks to the generosity of MNP, which has been a constant office support to us for years. Then there's Baker Newby, with the distribution, where the distribution committee meets to review grants. And the Chilliwack Foundation is fully run by community volunteers. Scott Simpson can attest to the fact that his father, Bob Simpson, has been on the investment committee for a number of years. His mother, Edith Simpson, served on the distribution committee as well. So, in closing, we have invited you here tonight to share our enthusiasm and our belief in the good that donors to the Chilliwack Foundation have done and continue to do. We have invited you here tonight in the hopes that you will place our donors and the Chilliwack Foundation in your thoughts when you sit down with your clients. You have the ability to make a difference in your community by increasing the donor base of the Chilliwack Foundation. You can help your clients create their own Chilliwack legacy. We have invited you here tonight because we believe together we can work to make an even bigger impact on our community. By raising awareness of the Chilliwack Foundation and attracting more donors, our graduating students and the Chilliwack nonprofit organizations who receive grants will be further impacted by their generosity. Thank you so much.